Welcome to Profiles in Quality, an interview program with the leading names in quality management. I'm your host, Dirk Ducharme. Today we meet with Rina Molari, a precision measurement specialist with more than 25 years of experience as a metrologist in the aerospace industry. Molari is also the chairperson of the Coordinate Metrology Society. We'll hear more about that at the end of our interview. But first, how did Molari get her start in a field that is largely dominated by males? And what do we do about the dwindling number of metrologists, male or female? I would guess there aren't a whole lot of women metrologists.
Engineering does tend to be a male-dominated profession, and once you start doing work on the factory floor, it becomes even more male-dominated. So it is hard to find the females that actually do the work on the factory floor like I do.
What is driving the need for skilled metrologists?
We are trying to get interest in the field. I think once people find out about it, they are interested. The hardest, or one of the difficult challenges that we have as a profession and as a society, is spreading the word. Because you cannot go to a university and say, I want to major in industrial measurements. Most of our focus at CMSC is in portable equipment. So this is where we actually take the equipment onto the factory floor, or even outside into a hangar or over to a car pit, let's say. Shipbuilding is another industry. Power generation, antennas, these huge antennas that have come up lately are actually being assembled with metrology devices and techniques. So we are actually the users and the doers out in the field rather than an engineer who sits behind a desk. And that might be more of a reason why it's harder to find females in the profession.
And what is your position now?
I'm actually a measurement service provider. So I'm a metrology specialist senior. I've been in the industry for about 25 years now. And I still do what I love to do, and that is to go in the field and measure things. I talk to the engineers, and I've measured F-16s, F-22s, a Titan Centaur launch vehicle. Talk about a large object there. Right. The instruments are capable of getting down to about 2/1000ths of an inch at 20 feet. So by the time that you measure an airplane, we're talking maybe about 4/1000ths. And you can always do things to help increase your accuracy. So we are focusing on the very high precision type of measurements, not the measurements that you can do with a ruler and a tape measure. No. We're talking about getting down to 5/1000ths of an inch.
Well, tell us a little bit about what the CMSC is.
The CMSC stands for Coordinate Metrology Systems Conference. Coordinate, 3D, metrology, we're all into measuring in high precision, and systems because it takes hardware, software, peripheries in order to make a complete system, and a conference because we all get together. So once a year we gather and we share our developments, and we try to encourage new developments. We try to get with the providers and try to focus their developments onto meeting the user's needs. So CMSC is a combination of an exhibit hall and a presentation room because we love to hear from the users who have taken all of these products, applied it in their industry, and then they can report back to us on the uses and techniques that they've used and improvements that they would like to see.
Where do you see 3D metrology headed?
We've followed the route of surveying, who went from using terrestrial products, and now we're using satellite-based products to give us our accurate data in terrestrial realm, and I think we'll follow that same realm inside also. You might find a factory that might be outfitted with transmitters, and somebody can walk around with a little device that looks like a pen, and you can insert it into a tooling hole, maybe press a few buttons on your watch and get your 3D coordinates in just a few seconds. I think that would be wonderful.
On a personal level, what would you say to somebody who is, interested in, engineering, that type of thing? How would you encourage them to consider this as a career?
Oh my goodness, I love my job. I could have gone into different fields many times. I think the diversity of what I do is what keeps me in the job and that will attract more people. I measure many different objects, and even if I was to measure the same object or worked for the same company, every project is different. An engineer's problem is different every time. So getting to talk to the engineer, working up a solution, carrying out that plan that we had come to agree upon, and then providing the engineer result at the end. So you get to see a lot of these closed-loop projects on a recurring basis. And I think that's what will help draw the people in there. We're always using cutting edge technologies. I get to use a laser every day, and I think that's cool.